Survivor 45 is already confirmed to be an all newbie season, but what if we took 5 contestants from seasons 41 to 44 and slapped on the All Stars 2.0 theme? Drop the 4 and keep the 1, because first we have Erica. She was 50% lion, 50% lamb, and oh boy, that must have been one hell of a mum and dad relationship. But needless to say, Erica as a winner shattered our expectations, from underdog to mighty stallion that through clutch challenge wins, determination and a timely visit to exile managed to secure the W. Did he win? No, but you can have this Xander. From perpetual bottom dweller who lost his allies while he had no vote, to an individual in the late game who actually had some agency, I feel Xander is a great all-star pick. Plus, I need resolution to that Uncle Xander story arc with Ricard. About that, Ricard is the first massive jury threat to have existed in modern Survivor because of his triple threat demeanour. Moreover, I thought the backstory about his hearing difficulty provided a unique perspective on the show. Nonetheless, much like on 41, if he finds another ally like Shan, he could make yet another deep run. And on the topic of Shan, for good measure, I added her as well. Love her or hate her, but you can't deny she completely ran the Ua tribe and had basically everyone wrapped around her finger. Shan overplaying her hand at that final 8 round also provides a very fun returnee story that she could rectify or fall victim to again. Last but certainly not least is another little Yasei turtle, this time in the form of our favourite eye roller Tiffany. Tiffany had a rivalry with a solid 60% of the cast. And that's not even an exaggeration. But she also had her moments. Her accomplishing the balance beam, combining forces with Xander to outplay Liana's advantage, and her fun energy all make her a compelling second chancer. Now into Survivor 42, and what better way to kick off the season with its winner, Marianne. Marianne is one of the most unique winners we've had on the show, and in a great way. And even if she wasn't a winner, her infectious positivity would be hard to pass up. While Mike was passed over to win the game at the final Tribal Council, he was still on my radar. Mike is what I want out of a Survivor contestant. He wants to win but knows how to have fun, provides great confessionals along the way, and makes the occasional strategic blunder, which makes for an entertaining moment. Someone who completely manipulated Mike alongside the majority of contestants in 42 was Omar Zahir. Omar's great and a rather unique villain in the show. This man was pretty under the radar in his strategy. Like, sure he's nice to you in person, but in the confessional booth, we all knew Omar was about to roast one of his unsuspecting victims. Whether you consider her a hero or a villain, Tori made a massive impression on Survivor 42. Her run was actually super fun, as it involved her barely scraping by each pre-merge tribal as the individual assumed next to go. Then at the merge it was her getting on by due to immunity wins before she drew a blank when it came to the shot in the dark. Lastly we have Chanel. I personally think she is a fun presence, even if only because she had a knack for overplaying her hand. I mean, that third round she lost her vote, was forced to eliminate Jenny and got into a fight with a one-armed lawyer, says it all. If Chanel's game ends up as chaotic on the return as 42, then boy oh boy are we going to need to run for cover. Uncovering the 5 contestants to return from Survivor 43 was no easy feat, particularly when one of them is laying low. Ali Gabler. Gabler was Gabler. Fantastic analysis, I know, but he certainly was a one-of-a-kind individual with a tendency to tell it just like it was. From winner to someone a good portion of the community consider the more worthy winner comes in the form of Cassidy. Now, do I think Cassidy was robbed? No. I don't think her game embodied an under-the-radar style like she tried to claim. That being said, it would be certainly intriguing to see if she can work out those kinks to make yet another deep run. Jesse is hands down one of the biggest jury threats in the show's history. His manipulation of Carla and Cody to form that glorious final 6 blindside will go down in the history books. Plus, if we're going off what Jeff said on the podcast, we need retribution for Jesse losing the fire-making challenge. Because that's why we all dislike it, right? While some of the community really disliked this woman in Survivor 43, I always felt the Carla hate was unwarranted. Sure, she had a rivalry with Cassidy, but it's Survivor. Most people are going to have rivalries. Carla pushed herself to the extreme by breaking her body to pull out challenge wins, and with such a fascinating story, it's hard to not include her on All Stars. All Stars also wouldn't be complete without the Cody-licious King of Living. To get casted on All Stars, this man may unironically get an All Stars tattoo on his other butt cheek. That's how passionate he is about the game. Cody's great, his Hawaiian chill personality, juxtaposing his aggressive gameplay style made for a fun and yet unique blend. Oh boy, when we get to talk about unique, ladies and gentlemen, it's got to be Jam Jam. For all the right reasons, of course. If you couldn't already tell, the inclusion of Jam Jam makes this all-star cast of all 4 modern winners, which I think is fitting. They've all got vastly different personalities, so it would be a shame to pass them up. Jam Jam, whether reenacting 007, pooping in the ocean, or having some of the best blindside reactions, was always a joy on our TV. I think we can all agree on that. Whether or not he does well on the return, every episode he lasts will be extremely fun. That is a guarantee. Heidi was a smaller screen presence, but in spite of the editor's best efforts to purple her, she still shone bright. Like it or not, Heidi giving up immunity to face off against Carson was a bold move. And she broke the record for fire making, which is super impressive. Finally, I also love her story of wanting to inspire children to be whatever occupation irrespective of gender, which is a story I share because it's also something I tell the children I work with in the real world as well. Carolyn is a girl after my own heart. She loves orgs and doesn't care about whatever anyone else thinks of them. Every time Carolyn popped up on our screens last season, you knew something incredible was about to happen. The option to have Carolyn back for potentially another 26 days is too good to pass up. We're going to take a break from Tika and move back to green with Danny. Danny is a guy I really love. I mean, who else does random flips through the jungle, goes full tilt boogie, and eats idle parchment? The final pick of this video is going to be going back a little bit in time, and instead we're getting to Brandon. On 44, Brandon had perhaps one of the biggest rollercoaster journeys, as from the very first tribal he almost went home, if not for his clutch idle play. In an ironic turn of events, at the first tribal he was vulnerable, he was eliminated, while his previous ally in Danny idled Franny. Considering Brandon is a strong player who seems good at all 3 facets of the game, I wouldn't be surprised if this time he makes a much deeper run. Nevertheless, here is the All Stars 2.0 cast in all its glory, and let me know how it looks in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and check out this previous video where I go through the craziest exile moments in Survivor history. Anyway, enjoy your day, and peace!